Oh, righty, guys. Sorry, I am absolutely late today, but I had gotten myself on Instagram scrolling through my reels. Instagram stories to be more precise. Um, and then I ended up listening to um another guy about Japan, but not necessarily a guy who the guy that I usually listen to about Japan. It was more of a person that goes to Japan, went to look tour a tech kind of a mall basically. But anyway, let's get ourselves going. I will tell you. They have changed TikTok around a little bit today. Okay, well, we are going to tell you a couple of things. I finally have my trailer now. Because yesterday I basically took a trip over here to Doughtonsburg, to Gothensburg or whatever, down here. Um, so once I start getting a little bit more money, I should give this truck to somebody and we can get a little bit further ahead. And we can start getting more trucks and stuff. But we are going to be utilizing a variety of trucks. We aren't going to just stick to utilizing Iveco for this game. We will shift and utilize other portions of things. Um, Now, of course, let's go down to external contracts. Um, um, that's the external market, though, is what I need more. That's the only one right here, that does that. Um, Plumbing supplies. Um, we'll do the plumbing supplies. I know it's not like 12 thing, but I also wanted to, um, before we quite go anywhere, let's go to our career page. I do have this set up still. I will always tell you I will do the ADR last. I always do this one last because I never really get into doing it. I'd more tend to get into things like that. But anyway, we are still quite not fully level 7 yet, but we are getting close. I don't care. I'm not gonna try to. I always just try to let the cargo load itself. Um. Now, of course, within all things, um, within this game, I am pretty actually enjoying just the relaxation sometimes within a game. And this is a thing that I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this. I'm not for sure for what one we're supposed to go. Hold on. Okay, so we are to go back. We are right now just sticking to the same areas, it seems. Um, and it's not that I'm trying to get elsewhere. We just have to, in order for us to go places. Um, we kind of got to do a lot of things for for us. I don't think we're going to Great Britain though, if I'm not mistaken. I think we're going to Hamburg. We're not going to Great Britain this time, so we are going to a different location this time than what we normally do. I just literally just pick the best value for driving and where we're going, where it takes us sometimes. Like that's how I do a lot of things around here to really be truthful and doing things genuinely when driving. Um, I usually like to just pick where we go and we just see where the day takes us, pretty much. So we are um right now I will probably pick up if we do this upgrade, I am basically until I reach 10, I will pick one. At least I will start picking up a little bit longer, not longer distances yet. I'm not gonna go longer distances right now because I just want to, probably pick up fragile cargo, um, more or less. We'll probably add that into our thing, pick one in there, but then we will, um, once we hit 9 and 10, I will pick up a eco driving. Maybe we'll see what we pick up for it. Um, because right now we're just working on trying to get from one point to another. Um, and to be honest, for a lot of people, for a lot of things within the game, I pretty much pick a location and we just go. Um, and that's how I usually pick and drive. I will usually try to pick the longer journeys, but right now, not always because I want you to understand something that I'm not picking up the longer um, journeys um, for it, but I basically pick up on the journeys based on how long I go and what we do for that per se. Like right now, I probably won't finish this one right away. I will have to hop in probably tonight and finish it. But we always finish our loads. I'm not somebody that like I've watched a guy who quite never finished his loads on camera or whatnot. But I try to at least finish my loads on camera. because on stream, because to be honest, I am always I will try to finish at least that on camera. If I don't, um, you know, I do my best to try to at least do it on camera, because for at least if I take a haul, I'm gonna try to at least finish it on camera. Um, through all of the things that we do. And to be honest, um, I will tell you, um, basically, there's a lot of things that are pretty much. I will go. Maybe we'll do a thing where, it's starting a series where I just let my computer automatically updates all the time. My Bazzite updates like on a constant basis. I don't even know that they're there, to be honest. I don't care. Like, I am always wanting to just let it go and just update the system. I just want to be able to just let the system update when it wants to. I usually don't want that notification telling me, hey, you need to update your computer or whatnot. Um, I don't. I'm not somebody that's for updating, um, like having push notifications telling me, hey, I need to update, um, for it, because it's like, why, um, I love Bazite for a lot of things. I'm not somebody that's a graphical snob, like a graphical person. Like, I don't pick graphics based on um A, B, or C. I just pick on graphics based on if the system, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Pride mentality. No, I am kind of the mentality of that. If the game is like this, like, I don't care if my graphics are bad. I don't mind my graphics being bad. I don't mind it being into the point of, I'm somebody that basically pick the graphics, and I am just gonna be fine. I don't pick 4K because it's like, why spend the horsepower to spend on 4K when 1080p is just as good? I'm not somebody that picks the highest resolution possible. My phone is 4K, but I don't really I don't really care. I'm not like somebody that, like, you sit me down at 480p and 1080p. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the 1080p monitor. I know the difference between 480p and 1080p. When it's not purposely done, like if you sat down and you put me and say, hey, you're gonna play Final Fantasy VII, the OG Final Fantasy VII. You say, okay, I'm gonna sit you down. You're gonna say for the PS1 or um, the 480p or the 1080p. I will tell you, I could not tell the difference. But if you really look at a game that's meant like this and put it to 480p, I will know a little bit on the resolution and stuff. But it's not like the resolution is like, I will tell you, I prefer 1080p, um higher refresh rates than I do tend to care for 4K 60. I prefer 120 when I can. I prefer 6 or 120 when I can. Um um so I tend to really spend a lot of my time just basically not caring of it, like graphics. Like, if the game runs, I'm fine. It's like I can play Final Fantasy from back in the day and still have enjoyment. I can play modern Final Fantasy and still have enjoyment, as long as the gameplay, as long as the story, and as long as those things are supported better on these those grounds than I do with graphics. Okay, like, I can sit down and play Final Fantasy VIII and say, okay, look, graphics aside, you know, playing the remastered version, like I've done that on this channel before, um, and I don't like, okay, there's a few graphical problems, but I'm like, eh, there's like was a couple spots I think or whatever. It's like, okay, whatever, I don't care. I'm just happy that I'm able to play a good game, to play something that I really enjoy, as long as the gameplay and as long as I don't have like graphical glitching going on. Like if you talk about graphical glitches, you've probably seen my Euro Truck Simulator journey, trying to figure out things, just driving, and then you see glitches and things. And I finally, hopefully, we have it 100% not gonna have any issues. Issues. Um, but that's not gonna be without proven fact that if I have things where my truck just hits a invisible wall, or we have things where invisibility or things that break the game, then okay, I'm gonna complain. I'm gonna make or break things. It's like gameplay wise, I complain more about gameplay than I complain about graphics, and I complain about things. But when it's not, it does not, or when it does not fit the game style itself, like having a company truck, having a truck like this, um, is fine. Like modding the game is extra. I don't. I look at the base game and I say, okay, is this game going to be fantastic? Setting up for base, you know, for me right now, I have a realistic weather. I have added a few extra graphical mods to the game just because I can. Like I don't mind having the the these things. Like I am somebody that you look at me and basically say, look, I like this game has come a long way. Um, you know, it's been like for I think like 10 years, I think at least 10 years. Um, hold on, let me check a thing. Um, actually, this game came out actually before my before I graduated. Basically came out in 2012. Okay, Euro Truck Simulator 2 has been around for since 2012, and it's come a long way. I did not start playing this until at least 2013. Um, where in 2013 I was somebody that was broke and did not buy the game or whatnot. Um, I think I think I um what you call it, the thing that what you call it, I think I pirated the game at one point. I think I might have been wrong. um to be honest, like I I have, back when I was in college, I did pirate a lot of games. I did do some stuff that I did with, you know, that I basically said, you know what, look, I did it because I did not have the availability to play a lot of games, and it really was the downside of me getting problem. I need to at least get over here. I might have to yeah. Anyway, I always basically will tell you, like, I never really um spent a lot of my time doing that a lot though, but I did pretty much basically did it for only for games that I really was like, am I gonna really play this? Yes, I played it. I went and got the game. I spent my money and actually um Today, I now don't do that because it's like I have enough to keep me entertained. I have enough to keep me going, and it's like I don't do that because it's not worth getting problems with your computer, to be honest, you know. But I will tell you, I've used throughout the course of my video game journey, basically, you know, or just with an ETS in general, um, I should be more precise, is like I've been playing this for quite some time. You know, I've been playing Euro Truck Simulator for years. I don't think I think I purchased this in 2014. Um, when I basically was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna play this game. This is one game that I absolutely played with variations of little to no mods. I basically, when Pro Mods was out, I pretty much used Pro Mods as my baseline for my start of Euro Truck Simulator 2 mods. Um, and this is one of the places that started it all for me. Started it all for enjoying modifying games. Like, I modified 7, played that one through with a little bit of modifications to it, and it still was. I didn't change much of the core gameplay. I just changed maybe the music a little bit, added voice acting to the game, but that was it. I enjoyed the Final Fantasy VII. That's what a remaster should be. Adding voice acting to the game. You can have somebody go through and play the game, go through and redo something like that, and just bad voice acting makes the game a little bit more enjoyable. And I just really find myself just enjoying the fresh series of Amer. I just enjoy being able to have the ability to modify a game when I am given the opportunity. You know, I modified um, City Skylines. Like, City Skylines was a game that I went out and modified that game. I modified City Skylines 2. I modified um, what other mods did I modify that actually just kind of really made me enjoy the series was Surviving Mars. Like, games that give me the opportunity that they allow for modification of the game, those are the games that I tend to enjoy the most. This one, of course, I just enjoyed the game for what it was when I initially got it. And then I just basically did run with Pro Mods, because Pro Mods basically just added a feeling for the game. I used to do Truckers MP. I can't do Truckers MP now um, because I cannot run Truckers MP on this computer, um, because it's only a Windows based. Maybe if they can figure out some way to get it for Linux running, I would hop onto it right away. But yeah, uh, there's nothing that I can do about that. But and to be honest, I actually use mods more than I use that. Now we can do convoys when we decide we want to do convoy. But I don't really like doing convoy anyway because most people won't have the mods that I do, and it's just not worth convoying for it. Um, but I will tell you that I utilize a lot of things when I do technology in general. I always make sure that you know, I'm not always on the latest and greatest pieces of technology all the time, with the exception of when it comes to new consoles. I want to try to be up to date with those, but when it comes to computers, I will usually. It's really coming down heavily now. I will try to um uh I will try to at least just go maybe a generation behind everything to make sure that everything is at least somewhat mature most of the time. Um, you know, I don't want to be on like the biggest, most greatest platform of all time. I don't want to be on the 50, like the 50 series GPUs. Like AMD, I don't want to even be on the latest AMD stuff, but I do, um, I thought about it, building a computer with the latest and greatest stuff, but um, only because I'm not an AMD snob, but Linux just seems to be better with AMD than any other platform. I don't want to run a computer. Uh, I want to be able to run a computer with, um, if I ever do get a new laptop, it's not going to be through Lenovo. It's going to be through, um, it's going to be through. I want to do it through. I can't think of their name. Oh. I can't think of it's the one that you can build your own computer framework. Get a framework laptop, to be honest. Um, because I feel like that's just gonna be something that's modular, and you can change a lot of things that's out there, and those are the two things that I will spend a lot of my time on for it anyway. Uh, I'm not gonna sit here and not like you want to use like Nvidia, but if the point is that I want to go with full AMD because of Linux, and me getting a framework laptop, building it all based on uh get it based on Linux, um is something that I really enjoy doing more or less. Um, More or less than spending a lot of my time going and utilizing a system that is being riddled with AI. Like, I am not somebody that wants to use AI on a system-based level. I don't want to be utilizing um, AI in those, really not paying attention. But my bad, buddy. uh, we're in Hamburg, Germany. But so I basically, coming from technology and just understanding all of the ins and outs of technology, like I will I will tell you I've gone through and basically picked up an AMD system. Actually, I went with AMD at the time of building my computer. I just was like, AMD just seems to be, the CPUs are seeming to doing great. Yeah, the graphics cards aren't the greatest either. Either did I? I ended up picking up a wrong spot, but that's okay. Um, um, I always think about the way that I do things with technologies. Like, I don't want to, like, if I'm going to go with AMD, I'm going to do a full AMD setup. If I'm going to go with Intel, I will pick NVIDIA, or I'll pick NVIDIA. If I'm going to go with Intel, I am not like somebody that's going to pick AMD or Intel. I pick AMD because AMD, um, yeah, it's really coming down right now. I might remove the better raindrops mod, just because I want to see the like, but no, it's not here, it's this one. But I will say it's like I don't want to be like somebody that just is a full complete. I don't want to be like somebody that goes fully um um that goes and picks one system or the other and says Intel's better than AMD. They're not. No tech is going to. I don't pick based on the computer based on I'm gonna stay here because I don't know. I don't pick based on brands or anything, but there will be only one brand that I will probably most likely stick with is EVGA for power supplies and stuff, but only because they seem to be like really one of those things that seem pretty safe. Um, for it, but that's about it. Like I don't pick brands based on brand loyalty. Like the computer that I built was basically was having like ROG, the Republic of Gamers. Like I just pick a board. Like if I find that there's problems with a brand for that motherboard or problems within the system for itself, um, then I will genuinely not pick um, things like um, uh, then I won't pick the brand for it because I want to be able to make sure that when I build a computer that it's stable enough for me to do it. That's why and I was thinking about at the time I was also thinking about building a second computer, building an Intel computer and AMD computer at the time, but I didn't build the Intel one because I was like, okay, I don't need to go out and get a computer for having a second computer for live streaming. I have a laptop. Why don't I just use a laptop? And now I'm kind of like regretting utilizing, not doing it at. Whoops! I'm gonna stick right here. Um, for it, so I don't pick Intel or AMD or one company or the other, or pick based on that. And I'm not gonna go with Intel 13th or 14th gen. I'm not gonna be like an Intel lover or an AMD person. I was like, okay, I'm not picking 13th or 14th gen because they're having issues right now, and I don't want to I don't want to pick a system that I don't want to build a computer that's going to have a lot of issues within it. So I ended up picking AMD um, when I built this computer, and I think I built it before that happened, but um, I don't build anyway. So now I'm going to think about going with a fragile cargo, so fragile goods unlock, transportation of fragile goods. Um, We could go eco driving, but I think what we will do is let's go with a high value here. I will pick up fragile cargo at some point, but I'm gonna go with these because um so but there's it's like one of those things is like that I wanted to share that I know a lot of you guys are probably some of you guys are out there on 3D printing um into 3D printing, but I cannot get in. I'm not like somebody that would go into 3D printing because there's no point in me doing things. I don't need. We could always pick up um we could always pick up the milk from here. That's going all the way down to Belgium, but I don't want to go to Belgium um right now. I want to go up into I want to stick to that's going straight down to that's still in that's going down to Germany. Still, I don't know why Germany's called D when with it, but um Berg to Magdeburg. That's going to Rotterdam. That's pretty much a little. That's for for the external contracts. We're not doing external. Um. Okay, so we got some cargo market. Um. Boric acid is going into. That's the most there, but I'm not talking about that. That's going to Poland. That's going to Hanover. Performance parts. That's going back up to the Gothenburg. Um, do we have any? Let's do. That's Hamburg. That's going to sell two, but I think what we'll do. Hamburg to Travmundi. We could take something. I'm trying to debate whether we should take a trip to one of these, or if we just wait. Um. Uh, um. Let's see. If we let's do price per distance. That's the only one that's doing price per distance. Hold on. Let's go to services. Truck Explorer. we can get a little bit of higher horsepower now. We can get a little bit of higher horsepower for our vehicle. For the active space. Now, of course, okay. Okay, let's just see if we got anything from you. External markets. You got nothing. How about cargo market? That's just that's just an hour to Kiel, and that goes up there. But there is like no here. Now, if we look at our external, we can go to Dortmund, for the cargo market. We can, I think let's do the Dortmund one. Because it's going to give us more than what this is offering. But we can still go to that place. Okay. It's 4 hours, but I think it's gonna be... one of those things where... we will pick this up, we'll pick this cargo up later, and do this at a later point. Because I always might yeah, we'll keep going. We'll try to do this one. I was thinking about maybe not gonna do this. You know what? I think let's save our game, guys. I think it's gonna be one of those things where I will try my best tomorrow to be on time, but we're gonna hit live 126. I'm gonna check a thing real quick. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave it there. We will catch you guys, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Um, um, I will catch you guys tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully more early, early on, more um, trying to get things early. Um, or at least just so anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys hit that follow. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification. Um, if you can hit that bell notification, that'd be great. I'm here on YouTube. And if you can do on the YouTube, make sure that you guys come back tomorrow about 3-4 o'clock. I try to be on for at least an hour and a half in the afternoons. My night streams, pretty much, I am on basically at least 9 till 2, sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning. It all depends on what I'm doing and how things are going. So anyway, we will catch you guys later. Remember to follow on TikTok and Travel for my nights as well. We do nights and the morning. Your nights in the we do nights and the afternoons for Trovo and TikTok. And afternoons is only exclusively for YouTube because YouTube does not like me doing multiple live streams in a day. So, anyway, we will catch you guys later.